something very important I forgot to tell you.
What?
Don't cross the streams.
Why?
It would be bad.
I'm fuzzy on the whole good-bad thing. What do you mean bad?
Try to imagine all life as you know it stopping instantaneously and every molecule in your body exploding at the speed of light.
Total protonic reversal. All right, that's bad.
That is bad. Apparently, do not cross the streams is what we've been told since childhood, since birth. I've been hearing it.
Universal bathroom rule, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Clearly, Bill Murray's still fuzzy on the whole good bad thing.
But I said, you know what? Forget it. Forget it. I want to cross the streams. We're going to cross the streams, and we're doing it with the fine folks over at the Nerd Room podcast. Tim, Carlos, what's going on, baby? Welcome to the House of Nerd.
Man, thanks for having us.
Yeah, fantastic, man. Nice Sunday morning here. Cold in Calgary, but it's great to be tucked in here podcasting right now.
Hey, man, you folks are coming from Calgary.
Yeah, man, just a little further to the west than where you're sitting at least right now.
We got a 3/4 Canadian Canuck content coming for you fine folks watching. It's just about the all Canadian show, almost. But
Well, it's all northern.
That is true, Al. You're pretty darn close to the Canadian border, are you not?
4 hours, yeah.
Oh, 4 hours. That's for whatever reason. I thought you were closer. I thought you were like just a hop away from us. Kind of.
Don't want to get too close.
It's not that far.
The streams.
4 hours is about what it takes us to get to Edmonton from here. Give it like a little less, but it's
okay.
It's not too bad. Not too bad.
How slow are you driving? That's
4
like
hours in Canada.
2 hours and 45 minutes.
You know, we gotta get a stop.
You
you gotta have a nap. It's snowing out now, so it's gonna take like twice as long as normal.
Clearly, Tim's got the minivan and not the Batmobile, but
Oh,
I do exactly have that.
let's say no minivan slander. I love my van.
double sliding doors. It's white and sleek, aerodynamic. This thing flies, man.
We know who's got the minivan amongst us. Al.
I'm not
It's all
ashamed
good.
of mine.
Oh no, me neither, right? It's like the Batmobile to me.
Hey, I'm excited. It's crossing the stream, folks. Crossing the streams, the crossover. Again with the Nerd Room. We're talking Ghostbusters. We're talking TMNT. All kinds of nerd stuff. We're gonna get into a little bit of a focus on the Ghostbusters TMNT comic book crossover of 2015 from IDW. We're gonna get into that shortly. Our copper drop later on, folks. The Ones from Dark Horse Comics. Got some thoughts. I think we all do. But before, just wanted to quick announcement. We're excited, super excited. Next Sunday, folks, we are live with Andrew McLean and Alexis Zarit, man, two of the OG goats, underground kings, man. We're talking their Kickstarter, Death Fight Forever. Just went live, I want to say this week. It's only been live a few days, man. They've already blown past their goal. They're doing huge numbers. Super excited. You guys know we're big fans of Zarit and McLean here, man. McLean, of course, did the classic headlopper. Zarit's done.
There you go. You're gonna get it.
Ooh, brain freeze there. Tarantula. He's
That's
done,
not the one you wanted to say, though.
No. Space Riders, Night Hunters. Thank you, man. This is one of my favorites in brain freeze. But yes, so we're super excited. They're hanging out with us. So join us next Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern, man. But today we're doing a crossover. What's going on to everybody in the chat? Good morning. Who's joining us? Miss Tara, Aaron Hall, Aaron. What's going on, baby? Cookie, how you doing? Amanda, a fellow Canuck. Yes, I love it, man. All the Canadians, Man Cave Theater. Not sure where you're at from, homie. Elwood, Red Deer. Look at that. I love it, man. And what's Elwood? He's talking to us about the drive. What's he telling us? 2 hours from Red Deer to either Calgary or Edmonton.
That's
Okay.
even slower than I drive.
I know. Yeah. That's less than an hour and a half.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
old lead foot over here, Carlos.
Hey, man. If you got the juice, you got to use it.
I love it. I love it how he just Red Deer, and you guys already know the times. He's like, oh yeah, that's like a 90-minute thing. It's quick time. It's quick time. Man Cave Theater is telling you he's actually from Michigan. Okay. Well, I'm about 5-hour drive from Detroit. I was there a couple years ago, and my homie Jane and Finch represent the hood. I love it, baby. I love it, my man. The 6. Shout out Alvaro. Thank you for joining us. And then we've got we've got Eric Burnham joining us. Caught wind of this on Twitter. Hope y'all had fun with the book. Of course, Eric Burnham, one of the writers of the crossover we're talking about today, TMNT Ghostbusters.
Man, that's awesome.
Yes, that's pretty cool. Thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoy the show. So yeah, folks, we're super excited. Hey, we're just a bunch of geeks. We're talking again, TMNT Ghostbusters, man. And I should remind everybody, if you guys haven't already, check out. We did a live stream on your channel, Tim.
Yeah, last Thursday we did, as part of the Across the Streams crossover here that we're doing. We did a chat about Ghostbusters and TMNT toys. We went back and stepped back into the vintage aspect of those toys, the toys from the 80s and 90s, and kind of walked through that. I spent a good chunk of the live stream trying to convince Sergio to become a collector and to try to find out what Elle really knows and loves about Ghostbuster toys. It turns out that her memory's a bit foggy, but we had a lot of fun over there last Thursday. So you can go over to our channel, the Nerd Room Podcast, and check out that live stream.
We found out what Elle loves about Ghostbusters and TMNT on the Twitter feed last night, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's...
Stay puffed.
Stay puffed.
I looked at that and I had to turn the phone. I was like, what is this? There are children in the room.
Was that not the right crossover we were supposed to read?
It's a crossover with something, but...
Oh, man.
It's for the champagne room in the House of Nerd.
Yes.
Yeah. The new paid Twitter content. I don't know what's going on there. But yeah. We had a whole bunch of fun with you guys in your channel. Again, we did talk on the toy side of things, but that's the tweet that got...
Me too. Like, that's the reason I showed up.
Okay. Potentially what got Eric join us as well too.
Well, guys, one of you guys are gonna have to marshmallow down.
Oh my goodness, man! You
That stuff's
weirdo.
poison.
I didn't even know what I was looking at. I had to be on. I don't know entirely know what's
How
going
long
on
were
here.
you
But
zoomed in?
yeah, I said, I'm going to sleep now. It's too much right now. Folks, Tim, Carlos, why don't you tell us about the Nerd Room, what you guys do over there, where everybody can find you, all that good stuff.
Carlos, let him have it.
Oh, shoot. Yeah. So the Nerd Room, we talk about all things Star Wars, Marvel, DC, beyond, clearly, with the Turtles and Ghostbusters stuff. Lots of bent on toy talk type of thing. And yeah, you can find us. The nerdroom.net is your gateway to everything. And yeah, wherever you catch your podcasts, you can find us on YouTube. And that's been growing. Our boy Ian has been combing the streets of Japan with lots of cool videos from little toy shops and his cool finds all over the place. So yeah, lots of neat stuff. Both in the podcast feed and on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, man, digging what you guys are doing over there. You guys are expanding the channel. I saw he's got all his crazy adventures over there in Japan, man, and his collection is intense too, man. But you guys are, anytime you guys post anything, whether it's on YouTube or on the socials, man, just like you guys are the apex, the OG nerds, man. All of you. Carlos, you had recently amazing, that lovely shout out Ian. There you go. He's in the chats. What's going on, man?
There he is, our boy.
The Faybark. what was it?
Yeah,
Batman.
the Prime 1 Fabok Batman from Tech 1000. Yeah, it's like I'm kind of in a different angle than I change it up down here. Keep everybody guessing.
Yeah.
If somebody's so inclined, they can piece together the Batcave if they
How
watch
Bruce Wayne
it.
of you.
Yeah, 3 years worth of stuff. Totally. Yeah.
But it's a huge piece. What is that, like a 1/4 scale or some, or
No, it's like 1/3 scale. So
1/3?
yeah, the boxes were insane. Like I don't even actually have them stored at my house. I had to take them to my mom's house to store.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
in taking them over, we had to take 2 cars. So that gives you an idea as to how big the boxes were for this thing.
Sergio, are you still on the lookout for the Albert 1-1? His name isn't Albert, is it? Alfred. I said it so confidently too.
Yeah, Alfred. Oh, the 1/1
The
scale.
1-1 scale.
You mean the
Alfred.
weird like clone of Wolverine? Is that what you're going for?
man.
He just wants him with his hand out.
You're a weirdo.
You're a weirdo. I don't
Yeah,
know
I
why
just
you
want to
asked
have
for
him in
that
my
so
corner, right
bad.
behind me, just
Yeah.
standing. Yeah. Oh, you guys, and then so yeah, you got that cool piece, and then Tim, we talked about on Thursday, all the neat, you're recollecting the OG
Yeah.
Ghostbuster toys and everything. So that was fun to get into that, folks. If you aren't already, please check out their channel, check out their socials, the Nerd Room Podcast. Great stuff. I see Matthew in the chats. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. So yeah, for this discussion, we said, it's fitting. We're gonna mash up our two of our favorite IPs. Meant a lot to a lot of us growing up. TMNT Ghostbusters. Here we go. Where's it at? Boom. So I think there's 2 volumes of the series. We read the first one. I read this one last night, and right off the bat, I think it's right here in my notes. What did I say? I said this is pure, unadulterated fun, folks. Pure, unadulterated fun. I was reading this, just put an immense smile on my face. So many great moments for if you're a fan of either the Turtles or the Ghostbusters, man. For me, it was perfect. It was perfect. I couldn't have enjoyed it more. I hit you guys with a quick premise. We got like this ancient Chinese godlike figure. What was his name? Tetsuo Oni. He's like a half man, half bull, mythical creature. He's kind of banished to a Phantom Zone-esque dimension by his treacherous sister. What's her name? Kitsune. You would know about that, AL.
You know all
Treachery?
about treachery.
You know about all that treachery. And Krang. So he's banished to the Phantom Zone. This is like in the past. A couple hundred years later, hop into the future, modern time, and we got our turtles. They're creating their own kind of interdimensional portal, I should say. They accidentally what's the word I'm looking for here?
Flip the switch, man.
They flip the switch. Yeah, they send themselves to the GB universe, to the GB dimension. They're trapped there, along with and this accidentally frees the villain here.
GB is Ghostbusters in this instance.
Yes, GB. Thank you, ma'am. For those not in the know. So they accidentally freeing Tetsuo Oni. So he's trying to take over now the Ghostbusters universe, and the turtles they're trying to find their way back home, and these 2 iconic groups they come together, bring together the minds, the strengths, and all that good stuff, to defeat this villain and try to get the turtles back home. Whole bunch of fun on my end. Carlos, Tim, what did you guys think about this crossover here?
Yeah, man, I thought it was great. Like, I didn't know what to expect. Like, I'm not really one to read Ghostbusters or Turtles comics, but it was just totally charming from beginning to end. It was a good premise and setup for why they would cross over in the first place. And then I really dug the characterizations, and they gave both groups enough to do that it kept it interesting. The interplay between the characters seemed to be spot on from what I know of them. And yeah, I just really like some of the subtle touches, like the design for Krang there, and how they implied like the face of the old cartoon version in the armor that he wears, and Bebop and Rocksteady being in the hockey arena of the one issue and stuff like that. So yeah, for something like this, like when you're crossing over, there's always a bit of gymnastics to get your setup all put together. But yeah, I thought they did a admirable job, and the thing was well written, well drawn, and super enjoyable beginning to end.
Yeah, man, I want to echo that too. I had a blast with this. You know, these are two of my favorite franchises of all times, and when you're doing these crossover events and you're pulling in different stories, you know, there is the risk that there's just too much to do in a couple issues, right? You have to kind of go with the introduction, the finding the reason to cross over, getting one, in this instance, one group to another dimension and all that. And it's really economic storytelling, you know, and it's low barrier for entry storytelling too. The thing that I liked about this book probably the most is that, you know, anyone can read this if you've seen a movie or know even notionally who these characters are. You know, there's references kind of back to the movies with things like Gozer. And I like too that they went over to the Ghostbusters universe, because it's a bit simpler than what the Turtles could be. You know, you go back to the cartoons and some of the lore inside of the Turtles, and there's a lot there. This was basically low barrier for entry. You've got, what is it, the bug-eye ghost that jumps in there at the start, and it just kind of hits the ground running. But it just, and it moves. Like I said, I'm a big fan of economic storytelling, and they do that in, you know, tenfold here. And I thoroughly enjoyed this. You know, it just kind of, I read over last night and this morning, and it was one of those things that just like, I can't really put this down. Like, I'm enjoying, I want to see where it goes. But it does what it needs to do, and it's a lot of fun.
Absolutely. And you know, you guys, Carlos, did you mention Rocksteady and Bebop in the?
Yeah.
I didn't even catch that. I missed that. That was in the arena issue when they were at the Garden.
Yeah, I'm Batman. So
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
when the Hanson brothers are fighting on the ice, right? That was definitely it, right?
How did I totally like glossed over that went over my head. But yeah, there's a lot of great. What's going on here?
Nothing. I forgot I did that.
There's a lot of great Easter eggs here if you're a fan of either the Turtles or the Ghostbusters, or both. Nice little touch. You know what I like that they did here? So I think this is one of the opening pages. This is in the Turtles universe before they make the jump into the GB world. So they've got a look here. The art style's got a this look here that you can see, and when they hop in over, you can see that the look of the Turtles matches how they would look if they're in the GB universes. So the lines are a little bit cleaned up. You know, their color palette changes slightly. Little touches like that. You know. So I mean, on top of just being, you know, just kind of like, you know, a nostalgic, just a straight up fun kind of read, the creative team adds these little touches for the comic reader's experience. You know, it's not just they're fully coming into this world, right? Switching up the style a bit, which I enjoyed.
I like too that just this simplistic, we're not going to pull any punches, I accidentally hit the wrong button to get you to the universe type thing, right? It's like 4 panels to explain why they're in the Ghostbusters universe. I think that's cool. Like, it's in the reference to The Fly here, the movie, Jeff Goldblum movie. I'm assuming that's what they're referencing.
Yes.
Here. And I kind of like that. At first I was like, that seems simple. But then it's like, well, yeah, it kind of has to be, right? You don't really want to spend, a book and a half explaining why the turtles have jumped over the Ghostbusters universe. It's just like, well, no, hit the button. Here we go. We're going straight into the story. They're in the same universe.
Absolutely, absolutely, and for sure, right? So this is 4 short issues, really quick read, an easy read, and you kind of just nothing is overcomplicated. You just go in, this is what you're given, and kind of enjoy it. And I did like that the fly reference there. Who was it? Was it Raph? One of the guys.
It's Casey Jones.
Casey Jones. Casey Jones is saying, I feel like I've seen this somewhere before. A lot of things like that, where the writers kind of just winking their eye at us, acknowledging what they're doing here. And hold on, Al, I just what is going on here?
You just saw that.
I just saw that.
What's going on?
What are you?
What?
Really?
Huh?
Man,
I really also enjoyed that
What?
it's Charles Dickens. Who thought we were gonna get Dickens going into Ghostbusters TMNT crossover?
It's true.
Kind of like when Origins Wolverine did Wuthering Heights. Sergio, are you good?
no.
Can we do the show,
talk?
please?
What is that's? I'm pretty sure that's not an original.
What?
How did you?
The Fly reference?
What are the turtles looking at there?
The
Al?
schematics?
The schematics. and I don't
schematics?
think I've quite seen it. That
Johnny looks
info-
particularly happy to be looking at that.
He does. He does look happy.
You kept saying stuff, so I thought you saw it. You were saying keywords, and I was like, oh, he must have already seen it.
No. Wow.
Making Easter eggs. These are
Yeah,
House of Nerd Easter eggs.
House of Nerd Easter eggs. Okay, I'm not mad at that. Hey, I think Mike is the most impressed. Donnie's got that look like we're gonna conquer this. We're gonna get this one right.
He said, April, this you? And she's standing there like, that's my sister.
What's he in here saying here? When reading Turtles, I always hear the voices of the 1990 movie Turtles in my head. But when reading the Ghostbusters, I hear the 1984 real Ghostbusters voices. How about you guys? Thank you, Ian. Yes, great question. Last night, I definitely heard the Turtles in the 90s movies voices when reading, and the Ghostbusters, the actors from the OG movie there. What year is that movie, Ghostbusters? 86?
86, yeah.
86, yeah.
I hear the movie ones as well.
You hear the movie ones, Tim?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Carlos?
Oh, for me, it was actually the cartoons for both, like the original like 90s Turtles cartoon, I guess, and then like Ian, the real Ghostbusters cartoon. To be honest, like I think real Ghostbusters is more my gateway to that franchise than the movies and stuff. Like I think I saw the movie way after the fact, and I don't know that I actually like it, to be honest with you. Of all of them, I probably like the one with the lady Ghostbusters the most. But
sorry, did I hear that correctly? You're not a fan of the Ghostbusters films?
Nah, they're like they're okay. Like I think Venkman's kind of creepy, and
man.
I'm not a fan, man. Like in this day and age, that guy get canceled. In fact, he got canceled in real life. So
I heard about that.
Marvel's bringing him back in Quantumania. He's gonna be mainstream again, right?
Is Murray in Quantumania? I had no idea. Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, he got banished to the quantum realm for being a sex offender.
Yeah.
Jesus, wow.
Alleged. I don't know. These are all alleged.
Allegedly, that's what I was about to say. We don't know, man. We don't know. To me, I'm a big Murray fan. He's one of the goals for me. I'm actually fairly surprised to hear you say. I don't think I've heard too many people say they're not too fond of the Ghostbusters films, but so that's interesting, man. Yeah, to me, it's too much nostalgia, man. I love it.
Yeah.
I was watching some clips last night, and I can't get enough. I can't get
Yeah,
enough.
I love it as well.
Yeah.
I think because I watched the cartoon a lot before I ever saw the movie, that the movie was disappointing because it doesn't live up to the same level of spectacle that my little kid brain had built up having watched the cartoon for as long as I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
Kind of like Tales from the Crypt, the cartoon. You know, they compact the stories in such a short amount of time that when you like watch the shows and stuff, it's like get to the point.
Yeah.
But I love Tales from the Crypt, both. But the cartoon for me is superior.
The cartoon
in watchability. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Now to answer Ian's question, Al, did you have particular voices in your head when reading these iconic characters?
Well, this is my first introduction to TMNT or GB. So for me, their voices were all Bill Murray, allegedly.
Oh, okay.
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. No, I guess when I think of the Turtles, I think of like the '90s movies voices.
Yeah.
Or Chris Pratt, and then when I think of
Chris Pratt.
yeah, doesn't he voice everything?
Eh,
Okay, I see what you did there.
No.
that's your future Mario.
Yeah.
Not
Chris
my
Chris
Mario.
Chris Evans voiced, I think, Leonardo maybe in the TMNT, the movie that came out, like the digitally done one not too long ago.
Okay.
Oh, is he really? I didn't know that. Chris Evans is the voice of Leonardo. Oh.
I think it's I might be wrong on that, but
Oh.
he's definitely a character in there. Maybe
okay.
maybe it's Casey Jones. I don't know. It's one of them.
Yeah. Casey Jones, I could see. I guess even Leo. He's got that. Yeah, I mean Chris Evans. I mean he goes from Cap to Leo. I can see that. Yeah. So Al, you heard Al Bill Murray's voice. Okay, we know what you think of the guy. Clearly, you're a fan.
No, who was it whose story they just came forward about when they were a kid?
Oh, Ian saying he
put him
plays
in the
Casey.
trash can.
Yeah, it is. I just looked
It's
up
Casey.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Sorry, Al, what was that?
Who was it that just recently like came out and said was it the actor or Seth Green? He came out and said that like when he was on set of SNL, Bill Murray like picked him up and put him in a trash can or something.
Oh yeah, and one of them had to hit the other one in the balls to get them to stop.
Stop.
Yeah.
Seth Green. Bill Murray threw Seth Green into a garbage can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I gotta back my girl Lucy Liu with this
Yeah.
Bill Murray
Yeah.
nonsense. So
Well, I will say I've never heard a good story about him. You know, not in hindsight. You know,
better
what I mean?
watch your
Allegedly.
mouth, ma'am. Watch your mouth. He's just a kooky character. Stop.
Oh.
this is the beginning of the co-host takeover.
Right. You're not getting me canceled with you.
That's right.
Oh,
That's
man.
right.
Okay. What's Man Cave Theater going on here about? He's talking about the Batman damn statue is fire. Is that yours is Carlos? Yours is not from the damned. Where's it from?
No, mine is like the Fabok Detective
It's the image
1000
Detective
one.
1. That's where it's from. Yeah.
Unless there's one that he's seeing over my shoulder from Damned. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe, eh?
There's so much stuff down here I'd lose track, but
Let's put
Yeah.
the spotlight.
We're gonna make it.
Working.
Uh-oh.
What you got going on
So
there?
don't zoom me.
Yeah, he's got all kinds of neat stuff there. The narrator, he's nervous now. He's like, oh,
yeah. What do I got? I got nothing scandalous back there, but yeah.
You got Sergio. You got to go back one couple panels there because I was thrilled to see the Bug Eye make his comic book appearance felt.
Oh, you
This
got
is
that
like one of my faves from back in the day from '84.
for sure.
For '84.
For sure.
Yeah, and I loved seeing this. And there's a reference to it actually in Afterlife. There's a similar looking ghost that they run into with kind of like the eye in its forehead here that pops out. So I was quite pleased to see that and see it actually popping out in inside the comic book. So I was like, yes,
Yeah.
this nice little integration of the toys here too.
It really was.
That's actually one of Sergio's party tricks.
Eye pops out.
Eye popping out?
He pops an eye out.
Oh, really?
Go ahead.
Man.
Not to put you on the spot, but
Yeah. Gonna.
Everyone remembers this one, right? Right, Al?
Get me down. Get me down. Oh man, yeah. So this is cool. So this is the introduction of the Ghostbusters in this book here. What else? What other panels we got here, Al? So here you can see this is the first scene of the turtles in the Ghostbusters uniform, and just like in their world, their shell is lined with all the little details, right?
It's cool.
Yeah. So just little things like that I picked up on. I thought was really
Who
fun.
did you think would be more surprised to see the other group in their world? Like the turtles seeing the Ghostbusters, or the Ghostbusters seeing these humanoid turtles?
I think I see. Well, I'll let the Nerd Room boys answer that one. Yeah.
Interesting. Like who's more surprised at seeing stuff like this? I was trying to like rationalize this in my head as you were talking it out, and like I feel like there's so much crazy stuff happening inside of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles universe. I feel like it's more normal for them to see wild stuff. But again, you're dealing with the Ghostbusters that see ghosts, so I don't know. Like they're I'd probably say it's more normal for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles probably felt more at home, I would guess, in this universe than Ghostbusters would in the Ninja Turtles one.
What if their hard line was walking turtles? They're like, nope, I'm out of here.
Yeah, we're done.
We got 120-foot giant stay puffs, but forget it. A walking turtle takes me out. I can't believe it. This is too much now. Out of the realm of possibilities.
Can the turtles, just because I'm not too familiar with their anatomy, are they able to go into themselves?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, they do.
They can?
They put what do you call it? They pop the head into the shell.
The head can definitely go.
Yeah.
I don't know about the legs or arms though.
Yeah.
Like this, I guess like if the anatomy is to proportion of a turtle, they should be able to. But I don't know if they're compensating for like. I don't think a turtle has like a large femur like this one, like these Ninja Turtles do.
For those folks watching at home, let us know. For all those TMNT fans, I'm fairly certain there's canon somewhere in the cartoons or somewhere with the turtles.
I just know, like as if I was April, I'd be like, you guys can't do that. You guys, please don't. That's where I have to stop working with y'all.
Man, listen, Carlos, what do you think? Who's more surprised at the appearance of the other?
I don't know. Like I guess the Ghostbusters, like even in this issue, right, that they just brushed off the turtles as being another kind of fantastical, likely malevolent force type of thing. I did like how Burnham wrote it so that the worlds are actually the same. They just occupy different realities. So the church was the same place that the turtles were in their universe, but just a different state and whatnot. So yeah, I don't know. I guess the Ghostbusters in the Turtles universe would just be blasé, right? They'd be no different than any number of the mad scientists and whatnot that Turtles run into.
For sure. I had the same thought, and I think I think it was the Ghostbusters. They said as much. They just thought they were another like set of ghost creatures or whatever. To them it wasn't. It was almost like this is just another day at the office, which is fun. I included this panel here because there's a lot of excitement with the turtles coming into the Ghostbusters world. Like if you with the previous panel, you got Mikey there. He's getting excited at the Ecto-1. He's saying, "This is your car, Leo. Can we get one, please?" Things like that. For me, it reminded me just the love that I had. Just growing up as a kid. Oh, I want an Ecto-1. Even now as a grown ass man, I want an Ecto-1. Things like that. What's going on, Sheena? Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us.
All right, Sheena, I got you.
Ooh, what kind of trouble are you getting into, Al? Al? she's
Don't worry
in
about it.
trouble. You let us know. Let me know what's going on here.
Both Mikey and Donnie in these two pandas are exactly me if I saw the Ecto one in real life. Like I've seen one built and I'm just like, can I get inside of this? And like if I saw a proton pack just sitting on the corner, yeah, hell yeah, I'm putting this on.
100%. So there was a bunch of moments like that where these turtles just super excited at the proton pack, the uniforms, the Ecto one, man.
And you can't make this book without putting a proton pack on the back of a turtle shell. Like it's a must for me. And I'm so happy that they went that way. And who was it that was trying to put on the uniform, Mikey or whatever too, like the gray uniform. Oh, these stretches, it's fine. It's gonna do this.
Just stuff like that. And again, folks, man, if you even remotely like these properties, man, you're gonna get an absolute kick. I think I might have done like a fist pump at this page turn, man. I absolutely loved it. I mean, this is a dream come true. TMNT Ghostbusters. You got Donnie with the proton pack on. Great stuff.
And that's one of the things too about the book that I really enjoyed is it just embraces the fanboy inside of it.
Yes.
It just says like we're not going to try to do anything. We're not going to try to swerve you. We're just going to have a nice story here, and we're going to do all the things that you expect, and then have a little fun with it, right? Like you expect us to throw a proton pack on the back of a turtle, and we expect this, and you know what I mean? Then it's just fun, right? Let's just go for it and embrace it, and not try to do anything that's like wild and crazy. It's about being fun, so let's do fun things inside of it.
You said it very well, for sure, Tim. And I didn't have this thought when I was reading this last night, but now I wonder if they put up. I'd be surprised if they didn't put out a line of these turtle / GB figures, man. Because I'd scoop up a turtle with a proton pack like that with the quickness.
They've done a lot of crossover figures in the past. Like like I'm almost certain they've done this. I'm just looking it up here.
They must have.
Yeah, there's a new Ghostbusters line out there that Playmates tossed out.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to see how old this is, but you've got it's not like it's like them crossed over, right? So it's like putting. You've got Donnie and what's his name are combined into a single character, like with the hair and all that. Pretty cool. Cool.
I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah,
okay.
It's what year is this? It's not an exact replication of like what we're seeing here, but it's just like matching it up. They've mashed Ghostbusters and Turtles into almost everything.
Okay, so look at that. So Ian's saying they did Ninja Turtles, but they looked pretty bad. Oh, that's a shame. I'm gonna.
Yeah, you got Raph as Zedmore, Donnie as Spangler, Leo as looks like Ray, and then 𝐬𝐭𝐚𝐲 as Venkman.
Turtles with hair.
They got hair on them.
Why
Yeah, they got hair on them, and then Raph's got a mustache like Zedmore.
Tim, do you know how to screen share?
Yeah, I'll screen share.
Yeah,
here.
go for it, man. Yeah. I gotta take a look at this now.
Just give me 2 seconds here.
I'm excited. Let's check this out.
And the twist at the end of the comic too, where the turtles were ghosts the whole time.
And we were wondering why he kept seeing his breath.
Yeah.
Oh my.
April too. The whole warehouse exploded at the beginning. That was the twist.
I don't think it's let me share here, but I'll drop the link.
Okay.
Maybe you can share it. Yeah, it's just a review from Nerd Reactor.
Okay.
Here I'll drop it in the comments here, and then
there you go. Al, if you want to try sharing that
right
in
away.
the chat, in the private chat there. So it's kind of you got the Spangler hair on Donnie is
ugly.
hilarious.
You get it up there.
I'm about to share it right now. Give me a sec. Jeez.
Oh my God, I'm so excited to check this out, man.
I do like the mini ghost figures that they came with, though. They're pretty cool. Yeah, look at these guys.
No, stop.
Oh, holy smokes.
Yeah.
Ian wasn't fronting.
Look
Those
at this.
are terrible.
This feels racist.
Yeah, listen, that one in particular is not like the mustache is just a bit much on it. I think the Donnie Spangler one is kind of cool.
Look at he posed.
Oh,
him
Bill,
and
the
everything.
Bill Murray hair. I never saw.
Oh, he does look like.
He's got like that serious like male pattern baldness going on up there. Yeah, these are a bit much.
No.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. I might have to grab one just for shits and giggles there, man.
To commemorate this crossover.
That's pretty rough, though.
Yeah, this is racist. I'm not a. This feels
Yeah.
the whole line feels racist.
Oh man! And then of course Slimer made an appearance in the crossover there.
I like these little ghost guys here
Yeah.
in the front though. They're cool.
Yeah.
Because it looks like you've got Slimer, maybe the library ghost, and then you've got one of the terror dogs there.
The library ghost. That's right. Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
Pretty neat. Thanks, L. Thanks, Ian. Who was it? Tim, whoever said that, man. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get that. That's seared into my mind now. That Raph with the stash.
It's a little much.
Carlos, Tim, what did you guys have what was your favorite part of this crossover here from these guys?
I liked that they got the cross. Oh, you just had it up there. I was literally going to say that the Crossing the Streams quote in here.
Yeah.
With this, I think it's to be honest with you, one of the favorite parts I had was just the Donnie and Spangler interaction, kind of like the kind of two eggheads going back and forth throughout this, and they kind of paired up each of the characters with someone that was like roughly equivalent to them. And I also like Zedmore. Kind of, he didn't play a major role, and he was left off a lot of panels actually.
Mm-hmm.
But I like that they kind of went to him being like the Marine, and like I wish they did a little bit more with him. But I think the individual pairing and like I said before, just embracing what it is, right? They just let's have some fun with this, and let's kind of go like, and the gathering of the zombies and all this kind of stuff, or whatever they are, the demons and all that happens kind of in the background. But like the real fun stuff is when you have the Ghostbusters and the Turtles interacting together and really leaning into kind of the nuances of each character, kind of the foundational pieces of those characters, and just saying like, yeah, Donnie and Spangler would, chat about this. And then you got Leo and Winston kind of like, buddying up because they're kind of more of the stoic leader type guys and all this, right? Yeah. And you have Leo at one point even asking him like, you seem reasonable. Are you the leader? That's the kind of stuff I liked. It's like that quieter interaction between the two. And there's lots of boombastic stuff in and around, but that's the parts I like the most. And that's, I think, what most people show up for, right? And then you get kind of all the craziness surrounding it throughout the book to kind of push forward a general narrative in that, right?
For sure. It's those little moments. I love those interactions. You had that scene early on with Leo and Winston. Mm-hmm. And what did Leo say? He said, Leo said to Winston, you're the calmer one. You've got to be the leader.
Yeah.
And speaking of Winston, I like how they leaned into his military background. Mm-hmm. Now in the movies, I don't know that they even mentioned it in the film, but for those who really go into like the Ghostbusters lore, in the original script, Winston was an ex-Marine or something like that. So I like how the writers kind of chose to play up that part of Winston's background. I thought that was neat, and for sure, I always, whether in the movies or in the comic, we always seem to we need more Winston, is what I'm saying, man.
And I think we're gonna get that too, because with Afterlife and all that, and it really leans into that concept in the end credit scene. And so I'm hoping that they go that general direction with this like Firehouse movie that they're doing that comes out in a couple of years. Because I agree. I want more Winston Zedmore.
Yeah. Carlos, did you have what was your favorite aspect of this?
To be honest, the interactions between the two teams and how they were all like shit talking each other all the time, and kind of airing their grievances about the other ones. I got a kick out of, who was it? It was Venkman or Stance being thirsty for April. That made me laugh a bit, but
He's right stance, yeah.
yeah, the whole
Yeah,
book was just, it was like a love letter to the two properties. So that's what I
yeah.
appreciated the most
All
about it.
these turtles, and you looking at April like you don't have human women.
Oh man, there's a lot. There's so many little things, man. So many little things I got a kick out of. They referenced uh, uh, with April being a redhead, and I think she was going off on Peter Venkman. And Venkman, you know, he made the comment that he said, "Oh, why are redheads like this?" Right, in reference to who's his love interest in the Sigourney Weaver's character.
Oh, he does make a reference to her too, doesn't
Yeah.
he? Yeah.
What's her name? Oh, help me out here. You're the big GB fan. Come on.
I can't
big
remember. I'm drawing a
fan.
blank on this one, but
Sigourney Weaver's character. But yeah, so he little things
Dana.
thank you.
like Dana. Thank you.
He makes reference to her being like a cello player or something, I think, in this book.
Yes, yeah, my ex, yeah, uh-huh. So little things like that for us to enjoy. Or there was the scene they're talking about their different vehicles and stuff, and I think it was Mikey or one of the turtles were referencing to vehicles that they don't have in this universe, like the TMNT blimp and the van, but saying it would be neat to have something like that. And you know, takes me back to I had the TMNT, the blow up, or the blimp from like the 80s or 90s or whatever it was, man. Things like that. Yeah, I love the interactions. They paired up the guys nicely. The turtles each had like their their spirit animal, right? So we're talking
Should we
these
talk about the
these
turtles
properties.
like that? They have feelings.
Yeah, I'm saying, man. I'm gonna put you on the spot. Who's your favorite? I'll put everybody on the spot. Hit me with your favorite turtle, and then favorite Ghostbuster.
All right, I'll go first. I'm gonna go. Raph has always been my number one guy,
Okay.
and I've always kind of been a fan. It's either Winston or Ray, but I'll say Ray. I think he's kind of always been kind of the quirky dude that I like. I liked his commitment and his investment and his belief in what it was in the first Ghostbusters. Like, this is what I am, and this is what we're gonna do. So
For sure.
that was my two.
Like that, Tim. Carlos, my man, what's going on, baby?
Well, Donnie for the turtles for sure. That one's easy for me, and probably Egon.
He's a good choice. Good
Yeah.
choice.
Can't go wrong, really. You can't. Oh, Madame
I'll go with Donatello.
Donatello. Okay.
He was looking nice in the live action too.
Oh, you like them? You like
And,
boy.
It's that staff.
I'll go with Patty as my favorite Ghostbuster. Leslie Jones.
There you go.
Oh, ooh.
I like it.
It's okay. Voice your opinion, Serge.
I like to pretend that film does not exist.
What, man? I love what's her name. She plays like the Spangler equivalent in it.
Oh, Kate McKinnon she's the funniest.
I love that characterization. Her hair being kind of like the comic book Spangler too.
Yeah.
I thought that was hilarious stuff.
Oh man.
So I think you got to give that movie a rewatch. In the context of Ghostbusters in 2022, like give it a rewatch. It's a fun movie.
I've probably seen that more than the original movie.
I don't understand all the hate for it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like, it does what it needs to do. It
fun,
tries.
Yeah.
Like, I think people are upset that it said it was its own thing, and then it kind of had all these like weird cameos from the original Ghostbusters and stuff. Like, but like, well, I don't know. It's just, to me, it's just fun. Like, my wife quite enjoyed it as well when we watched it.
I think it's great that film brought a lot of a new audience, new fans into the property. And to be honest, I went into that film with like no expectations. I very much wanted to enjoy it. It's Ghostbusters. I love the franchise. I didn't find it funny. I didn't enjoy it. I found it was just a rough watch. I didn't even finish it. I got like maybe two quarters.
You said the same thing about Paddington too. You said, "Why is this bear in this movie?"
Paddington?
And I'm like, Sergio, it's literally called Paddington 2.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. I try not to crap on it too much,
Sergio,
but
let's be real.
I just what's that?
He's Siskel and Ebert over here on Twitter.
Mhm.
This the way you're Sergio is very stingy with his likes.
Yeah.
So when you're scrolling through eBay and Kijiji tonight, looking for Ghostbusters action figures, vintage Ghostbusters action figures, pop on, answer the call, and see what's up. Like just
I'll have it in the
fun with it.
background. You know what? In the spirit of this great crossover, I'm gonna give it another shot. I'll give it another
There you
shot.
go. There you go.
I'll give it a fair
He's gonna
shot. I'll
burn
get
his
the whole way
DVD right
through before I make any kind of final decision or whatever, man. Al, did you have a favorite moment, or what did you like?
I just thought it was a fun read. It wasn't anything too deep.
Mhm.
And I was serious when I said earlier, I do like it when comic books kind of riff off of classic stories. So I did get a kick that it was, Dickens inspired. Although a little on the nose. But yeah, it was just a fun read and nothing too deep. He did at one point he was like yelling. Do we have that slide?
Which one, ma'am?
He called him a hoe. Here it goes, right here at the bottom. He's like, hoe? And I was like, whoa, you don't even know this ghost's life like that. Just aggressive.
Oh, I see. Egon. Yeah.
I was like, chill. It's 2022, my friend.
I was like, what? Did he actually call him that? No.
Yeah, he called him a hoe. He's like, hoe. And I was like,
He's like,
is that how y'all fight in this world?
Oh, man. It's fairly aggressive for Egon, I gotta say.
Scary monster.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I was like, he's
ghost.
like, say that again in your room. And
Yeah.
but yeah, no, I just thought it was just fun. It wasn't, and it read quickly. So that was nice too.
Yeah, quick read.
If I was like more invested in either series, or either property, I probably would have gotten a bigger kick out of it.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely thrives on, nostalgia, but yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. But by the way, thanks for asking which one are my
I'd be a
favorites.
hoe-ass
You didn't ask
ghost.
me. I'd be a whole ass ghost. Well, I'd be in ghost jail. I'd be too perverted. I'd be like,
You do that now, and
You'd be haunting the Doom Patrol mansion.
I'd be haunting Anna de Armas. Let's be honest, 100%. I'd be canceled as a ghost. And, my favorite turtle. Thanks for asking, El.
Oh wait, hold on. Hey
Leo.
Sergio, did you have a favorite Ghostbuster, not turtle?
Oh, thank you.
Mhm. Please don't
man.
talk about the turtles.
Favorite
GB.
Ghostbuster. I'm gonna go with it's close. It's between Winston and Stans, but I'm gonna go with Stans. And then Turtle is Leo all the way.
I didn't ask.
Always been a Leo guy. Been
Yeah.
a Leo guy.
Which one is Leo?
Man, you better
What
stop.
color is his mask?
You better stop. Look at this. Look at this fun with Mikey. He's blowing the horn in the Ecto one. If that wasn't me growing, I got as soon as I get my OG Ecto one figure, please believe I'm gonna be doing the wee. I'll be playing with that figure, man. Elwood saying Donatello is the best turtle, and Ray is the best Ghostbuster. Yeah, I think a lot of folks like Ray. He's fun, man. He's great. There was a comment, Mikey, just real quick. I gotta ask you guys. Pineapple on sriracha pizza, according to Mikey, is the bomb.
You mean sriracha on pineapple pizza?
I guess so, yeah. Sriracha on pineapple pizza. Yay or nay, folks?
You said pineapple on sirracha pizza. It's
Mhm.
yay. Pineapple pizza is my favorite. I just had some last night, and if I wasn't afraid of dying of heartburn, I would have absolutely put sriracha on it.
Okay, so it's a yay for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
I'm
not even
digging
a
it.
weird mix.
I'm not upset by fruit on pizza. As long as the pineapple's got a nice little crisp to it, like the top is a bit like it's got a little burn to it, a little bit of crunch to it. I'm digging it.
Okay. Carlos, Big C.
I'll try anything once, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna spend the money to go buy pizza and
Yes,
figure
you
it
are.
out for dinner today.
Okay. Do you guys normally like pineapple on pizza?
It wouldn't be if it's there, I'll eat it, but it wouldn't. I would never pay for it myself.
Oh, that's my
So,
first choice. Is
I'm always curious to
pineapple.
ask these folks, but yes, I absolutely love my favorite. I love
Yeah.
pineapple pizza, Hawaiian pizza, man. It's so
I think the
good.
question is you have to ask. It's not do you like it or will you eat it. It's will you pay for it.
Okay.
'Cause I would never or pay for a pineapple pizza. But if it's the only piece of pizza there, and it's like, oh, we
Yeah.
bought this pizza, I'm gonna eat it. I'm not gonna be like, no, not for me.
And you know what? Thank you for telling me, because next time I have a pizza party, I'm gonna be like, Tim, don't touch. Not even for free.
Hey, it's free. That's the difference. Free
Yeah.
food is different. It's like free booze, right? Like
Yeah.
if someone's offering you free booze, you're gonna take it. But like,
Yeah.
will I order this type of beer? Probably not. But if someone orders it for me, I'm still gonna drink it.
My
I love
go-to is
that. I
probably
love that. Hit the
pineapple,
nail on the head there,
bacon,
Tim.
and banana peppers. That's
Oh,
what I
man.
usually get.
Banana peppers are great. I love it. Yeah. Yeah. Elwood saying, I try it, love hot sauce, and enjoy a good Hawaiian pizza. Yeah, I've never tried the sriracha on the pizza, but I think I'm going to try it. I have to. I'm doing it today.
And you've got a long at this crossover. You've got this like huge list of to-dos, man. You're gonna have a busy week. Hopefully, you can take a couple days
Busy.
off, like between collecting and rewatching movies and all this pizza or sriracha. You gotta go buy some sriracha.
You're going to
Man,
have
you
a
got
great
busy
weekend.
week. You got a busy
You know
week,
what?
man.
This is what I'm going to do to get me in them. I'm throwing on, what is the 2016 GB? Answer the call? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw that. I'm going to have my Hawaiian pizza
Mm-hmm.
with my sriracha sauce. I'm taking a photo for you folks. I'm going to be chilling. I might have a little brewski with me. It's gonna be a lovely
He's gonna be asleep in the first 5 minutes.
Oh man, that or in the washroom because of the sriracha. I don't know why it took me this long to dry prep. Oh man,
Oh yeah,
I
that's
would-
a must.
Mhm.
It's a must. It's almost not pizza without the chili flakes.
absolutely chili flakes, banana peppers. Man, it's so good, so good.
Mhm.
Yeah, sriracha is a staple in my pantry
Yeah.
as well. I always have.
Yeah. And what's Mike means? He's saying Michelangelo.
He's biased.
He's
That's
biased.
his name. His name.
Oh, okay.
Michelangelo.
Yeah, you can't be mad. Mikey and Egon, man. Egon's great.
I did
before
like
we move-
when you're talking about their names. Sorry, I just kind of like light bulb in my head is at one. Isn't it Venkman at one point in this book when he introduces them? He introduces them all as all like Renaissance names and that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah,
nice
he was
little
having a little fun with the turtles. What was
Yeah.
he saying about the Charlie or all these different guys? Yeah. And I missed this comment here. Ian saying, so he shares the same sentiments as me with that Ghostbusters reboot there. Funnily enough, I enjoy Melissa McCarthy. I'm a fan of her, most of her stuff.
Her recent
the movie
stuff,
didn't
though,
do
is
it
all
for
the
me.
same. And
Mhm. She had a good
big
run
fan
there.
of her in Gilmore Girls.
Hey Leah, what's going on? Oh my God, Leah, what's going on? Yeah, so I think that was cool. That was we covered the bases on that.
Mhm.
Straightforward, fun. Check it out, folks. Absolutely recommend it. Copper drop. Yeah. Should we move on to that, or did you guys want to touch on anything else? Either
Man,
TMNT
got it.
Ghostbusters.
I think
Yeah.
the conversation is as simple as the book.
Yeah,
Don't need to go any deeper.
that's it, man. That's it.
We might have
We,
went
ta-
a little
we talked
too
about
deep.
that book 45 minutes longer than I thought we would. We're ahead of the game.
Oh man. Hey, I see my main man Steve in the chat. What's going on, homie? Thanks for joining us. So Copper Drop, let's get into it, folks. Where's that video? Here we go. Let's go. Boom. You know how we do it here on the House of Nerd. Copper Drop. Every week, myself and Elle pitch a book to you. You guys get to vote on an upcoming new release that we read. Last week, you guys voted. It was a tight one. But you guys did vote for the ones. It was my pick.
Yeah.
Hold that thought.
Wasn't
2
a
for a
fan
fiver.
of Ghostbusters.
2 for $5. I have backup. I thought I was just on an island, a man alone.
Oh,
But the
he's talking
original-
about the parody Ghostbusters, not.
I
Not
don't
the
know.
main
Oh, was that the movie, or was that a clip from that you shared last night, Al? Was that what that was from?
So,
It's from
yeah.
some.
That was one of those DVDs she bought from behind the
that
beaded
was,
curtain.
Ghostbusters.
That sound, that beaded curtain sound.
And the adult Ninja Mutant Turtles, Teenage Mutant. I know I said that out of order.
You're a weirdo. Listen, I have to give this one. I shouldn't, but
I shouldn't.
It's flabbergasting to me, and I told Carlos as much earlier. I said I'm very surprised how anyone cannot like the original Ghostbusters film. Ghostbusters.
That's good.
So look where you're starting here, man.
That's okay.
If we had a prize, I would send it to 2 for $5.
There you go.
It's been years.
No,
I've been
because he
fighting.
has questionable taste in movies, though. So don't take anything he says too seriously.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I remember that
Yeah.
one with Mr. Pattinson. Shenanigans. I call shenanigans. Let's throw back. Can you get that banner back up there? I'll thank you, man. Hey.
If you could.
So the ones, folks. This one is from Brian Michael Bendis on art. Jacob Edgar.
Sergio, I want to be upfront with you. Just before we even get into it, I didn't do any slides for this because it was an immediate drop. As soon as
okay.
I didn't even do slides for this because I said nope.
Wow.
Thank you. Don't want to go back. I do love this hip cover though. I love his art style and stuff, but other than that, it's a no for me. It's a pass. It's a drop.
I don't think that's ever happened here before. I'll just straight up getting right into it. It's a drop. You didn't enjoy it. You didn't do the slide. Okay, that's fair.
Didn't even do
That's
slides.
fair.
I said I don't even feel like it.
Now I always enjoy having guests on for the Copper Drop segment. Tim, Carlos, I want to hear. Just hit us with your honest thoughts, honest reviews on what you thought of this debut issue.
Well, I wish I didn't. I'm a fan of Brian Michael Bendis from like his runs through Avengers and all that and Marvel, in the 2000s and everything. Like he put together some cool stories and all that. And but this one here, the way I kind of looked at it, it feels like very derivative of every kind of gathering of superhero people ever. And it felt like one of those things on Netflix that pops up and you watch one episode and you're like, this isn't for me, and you never go back to it. And it's just like some like low budget thing trying to introduce and kind of hit that heat that is the superhero genre, and not a whole bunch happens in it. Like I'm not gonna say it's bad or anything like that, just not for me though. Like I could go read an Avengers book if I want to watch this.
That's fair.
An Avengers book would be worse than this, I think. But
of an era, you gotta pick a different era.
Man, for me, I had 2 notes on this. Number one, this book, like, and I do like Bendis as well. Like, I loved his Daredevil stuff, and I actually am one of the few people that got behind what he did with DC and his direction for Superman. But this book, my 2 notes are: number one, it felt like it was written by an algorithm off my Twitter feed. It was just ugh. And the other thing too is, it's clear as the nose on my face that he wrote this book with the intent of it getting picked up by a studio to turn into a TV show.
Right?
Like it was awful, from like the school teacher character to it was just nonsense. Like I was like low key mad at Sergio for making me read this.
See, and if we had read my pick last week, phenomenal. What was my pick last week? I don't even remember, but I know it was better than this.
I don't even remember.
It's funny that you said, Carlo. Like in my brain, I went straight to like the Netflix, like cheap, like okay, I'm never gonna watch this again. And you're saying like essentially the same thing, that it was written for the sole purpose of getting picked up and turned into a TV show.
Oh man, I resent when comic writers do that. Like, it's been a trend that I've noticed with a few of them lately, where they're writing stuff with the intent of it being monetized either by a movie studio or by becoming the hot new character that you can sell a bunch of number ones and everything else, and people latch onto that way. But yeah, no, it had all those things that I don't like about modern comics put into one book.
Oh, my pick was Behold Behemoth. Not even comparative. You can't compare them at all.
I really wish you guys would have won. Behold Behemoth.
Don't blame the community. You pitched this.
Listen, right. So that's
they didn't know better.
I'm gonna take the L on this one. I share everyone's sentiments here. My first note is oof, that was rough. This one, folks. Hey, listen, you heard my pitch. I was excited for it. I thought the premise was cool. So the premise on this one.
Do we have to?
Well, yeah. Let's be fair. I don't want to completely,
Well, it's on the title is the description. The ones.
Yeah. So you got this mysterious character. He's going around collecting. He's recruiting previous ones or current ones. Ones, I guess, superheroes. Ones meant to save the Earth or heroic type characters in order to beat a demon spawn baby who's the prophet that they're gonna destroy the Earth. So this one, it was very dialogue-y. There was no narration in this. The whole story was told through conversations, which I was not, I found it bland, boring. I don't do the one positive I could say about this book was the art. The art was fun. I enjoyed the artist, his style, thick lines, colorful. The colors did a great job. I really enjoyed the color work on this one, but the book itself, I agree with Tim and Carlos. It felt like it was something that very much with the intention to get optioned, to get picked up for like a Netflix series, and not a very good one at that.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing original in it, right? Like it's just kind of like when I'm calling it derivative, it's just like,
which is funny because the whole basis of the book is like, oh, this is different than no, it's the same. It's the same.
And even the Nick Fury guy going around, and he's kind of, I'm like, who's this guy?
Yeah.
Like the guy, this guy, this image here on the right is hilarious. This like mustache.
It's like a Muppet.
Yeah. That's in my brain. I'm trying to figure out like, what is this? Like, what does this remind me of? Muppet is pretty on point.
Yeah. There's not much. There's not too many redeeming. Like none of these characters were memorable. I couldn't tell you any of these characters' names.
Because they look like every other character ever made.
Yeah, it just this doesn't happen often, but it just straight up it's a drop.
Yeah. It started off with like some potential because I thought the guy in the grocery store who was like maybe like a Gerber baby or something like that. Was kind of interesting. I was like, oh, where are they going with this? Right? Is he kind of like the Brooke Shields of this world?
Yeah.
But holy smokes, within 2 pages, like this book fell off hard.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't like the blackmail and all that kind of stuff. And
the blackmail.
That
was the episode 3 twist.
Yeah.
Right.
The dialogue in that scene, the way it was, I was so confused. Like the way that it went back and forth, like it was horrendous. It is my wife.
This one, no.
That was one of my notes, Timmy. Here, what is it? What did I write? The dialogue was clunky, super clunky. It was. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's it. It's pretty straightforward. This one's a drop. Didn't enjoy it.
I will say it was like, and I'm only half joking when I was saying that I was annoyed because I'd woken up early and I had like 2 books sitting on my coffee table that I just hadn't got around to reading because I wanted some time to read them.
Yeah.
and one was the Riddler Year One that Paul Dano wrote, and it was mind-blowingly good. Like he got so deep in the weeds as to what the background of that character was going to be, and the artist that they paired him with did such a great job depicting kind of the mental illness aspects of what his reality was, and it was phenomenal. And I was like, holy smokes, like that was one of the best comics I've read in a long time. And then right after that, I picked up the One Bad Day Penguin book that John Ridley and Giuseppe Camoli had done. And I was like, this is almost just as good. Like it was great. Like this down and out Oswald Cobblepot and like him going through stuff and Batman being on the back foot a bit and making some questionable decisions. I was like, this is amazing
I need to
storytelling.
catch up because I've only read the Riddler One Bad Day, which was phenomenal.
Yeah, the Two-Face one it's okay. You can kind of see it coming, but this one was up to the same level as that Tom King Riddler book was. And then to go into this, and by that time my wife had come downstairs and we got like halfway through the book, and I turned to her, I was like, oh god, this is one of the worst books I've read in a long time.
And I was reading this last night. I honestly felt bad for you guys. I said, oh my god, this was my pick. I just put these guys through this miserable. I don't know what this was.
And you're about to do it again with your next pitch.
Stop. So all you folks know the second half of Copper Drop, myself and Al, we're gonna pitch to you guys, and you guys got the voting power today. A new read for next week. The power's in your hands, folks. Al, what is am I going first? Okay, I'll go first. Pretty straightforward. It's the 30th anniversary edition of the death of Superman. An iconic classic moment in Superman lore. So they're re-releasing this one. A bunch of nice, shiny new covers. I was actually at the shop just yesterday, and I got a look at all they got the re-releasing the nice bagged version, like they had done originally. A bunch of really fantastic variant covers. So this is my book, 30th anniversary. What better time to?
It's actually a collection of stories.
What's that?
It's actually a collection of new stories.
And there's a collection of new stories in there too?
No, this is what you have on the screen. Who's pitching this book? You or
yeah.
He didn't read the synopsis.
I guess I didn't even realize
it's not the actual. It's the 30th anniversary special, but they're a series of news stories that take place around the fallout and the.
Here, I'll pitch for you. So I think the first one is actually John Kent learning about what happened to his father and him experiencing the death of Superman. But through his eyes, right? And then I think there's a Guardian story with him. I was about to say
the art looks pretty sharp for 30 years old, Sergio. Come on now.
But they did, like, Jerry Ordway did a bunch of the art.
Oh yeah, they have the original team back for this too. So it's the original team, and I don't know if you noticed, there's like 40 people on this book. Yeah. Which I have a hard if it's over like 4 people on a book, I have a feeling that it's not going to be good. Just my opinion. The smaller the team, the better the books usually are.
Yeah, but I think it's multiple stories
with
one special.
Stories. Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you guys. That makes sense because I listened to it was so I saw this.
I know why Elle doesn't like books that look at this banner that she had to write out.
Oh my god. Al, you put all that, you could have just put various.
All these people.
No,
Jesus.
Giving the team the credit.
Okay.
Yeah, I respect that.
Okay. Look at that, co-host of the year. Get out of here.
I think the co-host takeover is complete by this point. Sergio, you and I can
you guys are right. So this book would not have been pitched. Even when he sent me his pick, I was like, "What is this?" No, thank you.
Right to the top, Sergio. Put yourself at the top. Put yourself right at the top.
He put himself straight to the top.
Get out of here. That's so funny. No, so I'm fairly certain though that they are releasing the original book as well.
I believe they've already done that. And then the polybags and all that stuff is for this new series. It's like it's the 30th anniversary.
Oh, they're doing a polybag again with this?
Yeah.
You're doing the poly.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, there you go. Thank
So
you.
should I go
Al.
buy
Thank you,
this as an
Carlos.
investment like everyone did back when it came out 30 years
Oh,
ago?
man.
The way I have like
put my
4
kids
of
through school?
them. The way I have 4 of them, and I'm like, how much can I sell these for? And I go on eBay. I'm like, man, get out of here.
Oh, that's so funny.
30 cents.
Yeah.
'Cause I have one open, and then the rest are sealed. And I was like, nah, get out of here.
Wow.
Get out of here,
Okay.
Sergio, with your
Hey, that's my pick. That's my pick. What do you got this week, man?
2 graves.
Okay.
Image, Death and the Maiden go on a road trip, alternating perspectives, 2 different artists, 1 writer telling the story, and it's Death and the Maiden on a road trip.
That's cool.
Yeah. And I'm a big Ming Doyle fan. Her art is fantastic, so I've been waiting on this book for a while. I'm excited for it. It sounds cool too. I love the alternating art styles, but 1 writer, so it's more cohesive and narration. So that's my pitch. I know what
Yeah.
the book's about.
It feels like Strange Adventure with the 2 art styles and 2 locations.
Yeah.
Oh, true. Al, who's the letterer on this book?
Oh, they're and that's again. I was gonna say, Image, when they do their press releases, it would be really cool if they did the whole team,
Wow.
and not just.
So you couldn't do a little bit of research to.
I
give
did
the
do a
letterer?
lot of research, and I couldn't find the letterer.
No respect for the letters, eh?
Yeah, no respect for the book you picked, and you didn't know what it
Wow.
was.
Wow, I see. Okay, Al.
Sergio, who was the letterer on your book?
Various letters.
Let me put that on my banner.
Yeah?
Unknown.
My goodness. All right.
Yeah, no.
So-
And my hope for all publishers, when you guys do the press releases, if you guys could put the whole team, that would be really cool. That'd be cool. Because sometimes even the colorist isn't listed.
That's rough. You'd think this day and age, you'd have all credit. Vault is really good at giving
Yeah, Vault.
You know,
Vault
like-
gives too much detail.
down to their editor. The coffee guy in the office, they
Yeah, the
credit.
cleaning crew. They got
The
everybody.
cleaning
on.
crew. They're great.
It's a team effort.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the neighbors.
Yeah. Okay. So pretty straightforward. Tim, Carlos, the power is in your gentlemen's hands. 2 graves or 30th anniversary soups. I figure it's a good time to read soups. We got Henry Cavill back in the DCU, baby. Hey yo. I'm just saying.
Didn't even know what the book was about.
This is interesting because it makes me feel like I'm picking sides and not books.
Oh, I think either way, it's L's pick, right?
Yeah.
So I choose L's book.
Yeah.
What happens if I choose Death of Superman then? Do we have how does
That's
it get
still
resolved?
L's book.
Yeah, the youngest
Okay.
usually picks.
It's still L's book. Yeah, having played this this game before, although it was quite tense. It was under the old regime last time.
Oh, wait a minute.
I thought I was gonna get like a dead
Yeah, I remember
groundhog or
that.
something in my mailbox. But,
Oh my god.
yeah,
I remember that.
You
was
were on
intense.
that, huh? Yeah, that was a great one.
I'm not
Kind
gonna
of my
lie.
Genesis, kind of my.
I went
little
and
bit of
put
an
on the
origin.
bat suit, to be honest, just for that extra protection.
Just sat there.
Yeah.
Screen just disappeared. He was like, "This is uncomfy."
Smoke bomb. To be honest, so 2 graves sounds phenomenal and honestly right up my alley. The art is beautiful. The premise sounds cool with Death and the Maiden on a road trip, and curious to see where it goes. If I'm being honest, the book that I'm buying though would be the Death of Superman special. Like, it sounds like they're doing some interesting things within the book. And Death of Superman, like, I vividly remember reading that series and getting the issues as they came out, and being one of the few people that was able to land I think it was like Justice League International ended up being one of the chapters, and none of the comic stores had it because why would you buy loads and loads of copies of Justice League International?
Yeah.
But I just have such strong nostalgia for that, and with the same creatives working on this, and it sounds like it was quite the labor of love as well. With
Well,
them,
not to trigger anybody, but I might have to pull up that conversation that was on that ill-fated episode. And do you need to have read the previous Death of Superman to get this one?
I would think so. Like a lot of it is the
Just kidding.
perspectives of the characters that you're reading in the special, right? So it would be like one of the stories I think is Ma and Pa Kent and how they react to seeing their son being killed in real time, and that they can't go to him or support Lois or anything like that because they're kind of stuck, right? And I think it's
Now,
fascinating.
Who was the camera crew on the scene here? They're putting your life at risk to live, video this Death of Superman for everybody to see. Interesting, the amount of money they put into the news crew back then.
Yeah, well, they actually that was actually part of the story too, was that they had like the people on the street and Lois and Jimmy trying to document it while going through their own thing, and they had the news crews that would be in harm's way and Superman have to save them and stuff. So yeah, it's just
out here mourning, and Jimmy's like, "Let me get this shot." Lois, step back for a minute.
Oh my god. So what's the word, Carlos? You going Superman or...
I was gonna give it a push, but then when Elle was, dogging my guy Jimmy Olsen, I'm all in for the Death of Superman.
I'm not dogging him.
Okay, there you go.
He's a trauma porn. He's like one of those Nightcrawler. He's like the movie with
Jake Gyllenhaal. Yeah.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, I was gonna give some love to those maidens, but that maiden is left on the side of the road. She can get chewed up. Maybe Guardian will pick her up when he's driving by.
That's what I tell Al. I always tell you, you gotta quit while you're ahead, man.
And you know what? Next week's episode, you're gonna have a new co-host. It's every time Carlos is on. New co-host the next week.
Yeah, the threat is real.
Oh man, Timmy, what do you are you sharing Carlos' sentiments? Which one are you going with, my man?
At first I thought, okay, Death of Superman is definitely the way I would go. But then I stepped back and looked and I said, like, it's such a big story that, it's something that a lot of people maybe would jump into. So then I thought, okay, well, maybe Two Graves, because, if this is a bit about trying to get something new in front of people. So I'm going to go with Two Graves.
Ooh, look we're at a deadlock. We're at a deadlock.
So what happens now? What happens now?
Yeah, usually this is where. Oh, what are we doing here, man?
Nominate someone in the comments to make.
Folks. First comment.
First comment.
There's been some already from this point forward.
For Superman, or what was the other one? Double Graves, whatever.
Oh, dang.
Get out of here, bro. Hey, you know what? I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
Oh,
look at that. Elwood, thank you.
Elwood was
so we're tied again.
Eating bullets.
It came in. Elwood called it for us. Thank you, my man. Thank you.
No, we're not reading this.
Thank you. So we're absolutely. Hey, we gotta play. Hey, I was gonna give it to you, but we got.
You gave it. You can't. No take backs.
You know what? I'm gonna break the tie this way. Everybody's gonna buy that Death of Superman special.
Yeah,
and it's a huge deal. And it's awesome. Like everything that they've done with it is gonna make for something that loads of people are gonna read.
You want to just do both?
Whereas Two Graves, it needs some love, and it could be something special, or it could be this book that we read this week. Who knows? Death of Superman will be dope for sure.
So did you want to swing it to Two Graves then, my man?
Yeah, man.
Okay, let's do it. So now we're reading Two Graves, but listen, I'm gonna ask you fine gents Normally, we ask our guests who are with us during Copper Drop to send in a quick video review, 30 seconds to a minute or something. So you guys swung it with 2 graves. So now we're gonna kindly request a video submission of your thoughts on the book that we're gonna play next week.
Hopefully, it's better than the ones.
I think it's safe to say anything will be better than the one. Oh, God, that was so bad.
That should have been how I pitched my book. It's not the ones.
It's not. Yeah. Cool. Excited to check it out. 2 graves. Yeah, and then we're gonna hear Tim's and Carlos's thoughts next week's. And we got a lot of latecomers in the chats here. Who did I see jump in here? It's the big homie Markland, one half of the Pole Kings, my man. How you doing? Hope you enjoyed that vacation. Where were you? Mexico, Cancun, something? I see you.
Mexico.
Beautiful, man. I said this guy's living and enjoying, man. Thanks for coming through. Amanda was going with 2 graves as well. Film Noir she was pushing both. No, we can never do both, man.
I think Tara's on the money with this one.
Yeah.
Given that you have an anniversary, you could center the podcast around the anniversary, and then the Copper Drop could be 2 graves.
There you go, buddy. I like horror geek now. She said she was going with Superman. She got a good head on her
Which
shoulders.
is crazy. That's wild, Mel, because I think out of everybody, I think you'll really enjoy 2 graves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, excited
Can
to
I
dig
spoiler alert Superman? I'm pretty sure.
Hey, I don't want to hear what happened to Superman. Get out of here. What if I hadn't read it?
I'm sorry. Should I have censored the death part? Of Superman?
Yeah. Get out of here. Man, hey, listen, we had a whole bunch of fun with you guys hanging out with us. Crossing the streams, man. If you guys missed our talk earlier, we got into some TMNT Ghostbusters action. Whole lot of fun with that one. So one more time for the folks, where can everybody find you guys at? What is the Nerd Room about? Let's get some new eyes on your channel, guys.
Cool. Well, Carlos kind of did it at the top, so I'll cap us off here. So yeah, everything Star Wars, Marvel, DC, and beyond. Every Thursday we have a podcast that drops, or 3 Thursdays a month and 1 Thursday a month we do a toy stream live, as we call it, where we talk about toys and everything that's new, old, anything, and everything in between there. And so we're usually talking about more film kind of leaning. We do some comic book stuff, as well as kind of talk about kind of the news and the latest and greatest going on really in the nerd world. And so we kind of do that in a little bit of a rapid form, so hour or less. We kind of get you through the week so that you don't have to do all the digging through all the websites. We do that for you guys, and we have lots of fun doing it. And so we try to put a positive spin on everything that's going on inside of that space, because it's meant to be our getaway, not something that really stresses us out and makes us upset or mad. So we're supposed to be having fun with it.
Do you hear that, Sergio? It's supposed to be a safe space.
So it's a de-stressor, not a stressor. But yeah, we have lots of fun doing that. So every single Thursday, nerdroom.net, and you can see our handles there on for Twitter. That's where you can usually find us kind of roaming around, chatting with everyone about all this fun stuff. So we appreciate you guys having us on here.
Find us on Twitter. She's like, nope, I'm gonna follow you guys on IG.
It's funny. I just re-downloaded it because I have every so often I'll purge social media on my phone for a couple of months, just so that I have to be very purposeful in going to a computer to do social media stuff, because I find it's this mind-numbing thing that sucks you in, and then all of a sudden you're like, where have I been for the last 2 hours? I've been scrolling through videos on Instagram or something, and so I kind of just delete it all and sit there. But I just resurrected the Nerd Room Instagram, there you go. So new things coming there.
That was a long way of saying thanks, Horror Geek Mel, for the follow.
It was. It's just I have to have this personal therapy sessions with social media every so often, and I just have to talk it out loud.
Yeah. I mentioned when we were on your channel the other day, really like what you guys do. Keep it positive, man. You make it a fun space to talk nerd shit, man. Maybe for those folks who are not too familiar, give us our recent episode or topic that you guys did. What did you guys have fun with recently over at the Nerd Room?
Just did our Black Adam review. I think was the last one that we recorded. So that's there for you. There was a couple episodes that we did. We actually did a couple solo episodes on our thoughts on the pre and post David Zaslav Warner Discovery era of DC. But yeah, if you want to check out what we're all about, that last episode is probably a pretty good delineation of that, because we touch on the Cavill stuff and the new heads of DC Studios and everything else. So yeah, check that one out, and it'll give you it's a good fiesta platter of what we bring to the table. And that's not to understate the work that Ian's doing over on the YouTube channel. He posts all sorts of weird and wonderful things from Japan on there, so that's a pretty cool spot as well.
It's crazy, man. His collection's no joke, man. Thoroughly impressed with all his figures and toys and stuff. Well, we got you on here real quick.
This is the third time he's.
No, I'm gonna say because hey, listen, this is what we do. What were your thoughts on Black Adam? And I'm very curious because Carlos was telling me how high, Tim, you were on that film. So curious to hear your thoughts, and where do you think the DCU is moving now?
You know, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I got actually after our review, I got a lot of people messaging me being like, I can't believe you liked it that much. And it was just, for me, it had an event feel to it. It delivered on that for me. And I think it's a great entertaining time. Like, is it the best comic book movie of all time? No. And I said it was like one of my favorite DCEU films. It doesn't mean I think it's the best one, like as far as like, you know, credits to credits, but it's a lot of fun. And like, you can't go into that movie and not enjoy it, not have some fun with it. Like, and I equated it to kind of, for me personally, I'm a big MCU fan. It felt like a lot like Avengers 1 to me, which I thoroughly enjoyed about it. The way that it built up everything, and it did that with one movie, which I thought was quite a feat. You know, the Justice Society, and it's awesome. And DJ, you know, he puts on a hell of a performance. It does all the right things it needs to do to be an entertaining comic book movie flick.
Bleecker Street Comics. Yes, we are talking a little bit of Black Adam. Tim was just saying how comparing it a little bit to the first Avengers film, which I think is interesting. Yeah. Bleecker Street saying I loved it. Marklin, what are your thoughts? Oh, there you go. It was a very enjoyable movie, but Aldous Hodges Hawkman really impressed me that he could go blow to blow with The Rock, aka Black Adam. I'm gonna slightly disagree there. I almost felt like Black Adam was kind of toying with Hawkman. I felt like at any point he could really, you know, he was holding back a bit. I feel like. Would you guys agree, or you think really Hawkman could hold his own against?
You're really saying it like a last name there.
Yeah, I think that's what the point of that bedroom scene was.
Oh, there's a bedroom scene?
Yeah, when they're in the apartment there, where Black Adam kind of unleashes on him a little bit, but
okay.
Yeah, hell, I'm telling you, it's right up your alley.
Okay. I had to think about the bedroom scene. That was so great. And first of all, I love the room. You know, just a love letter to DC fans, right? But would you guys say? I think fair to say Black Adam could end Hawkman like that at any point.
I think so. But they did a good job of making Aldous Hodges Hawkman have tons of agency, and he was a cool character. And like when you leave the theater wanting to see more of the likes of him and Dr. Fate, or all the Justice Society for that matter of fact, like I think that's a win. So
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, that to me was one of the big things coming out is, like I said, the biggest regret I had about the film was that we didn't have a Justice Society film. Because I wanted like a little bit, like, is that emotional, like, I won't spoil it, but there's a very emotional moment at the end, and like it's not as impactful as it could have been if you had something that was set before that didn't even really involve Black Adam. That's the kind of thing I liked, why it felt a bit like Avengers to me, because you kind of just take this team and you drop them into a scenario that and like you just pick up and go. You don't have to contextualize like where this team came from. Like everyone kind of gets a little bit of origins, but there's all this implied history, and you don't need. But as an audience member, you just kind of run with it. And we've been trained a little bit to not have to know every single piece of a character prior to going in. And if the characters are good enough, written well enough, and acted to a point where it's like you can kind of immediately get on board with them, then you're good to go. And I think they do that here. All of those Justice Society characters have like deep, dense backgrounds, but you kind of just pick up and go, which is difficult to do at times, right? But they do it really well here.
Yeah, that's fair. I definitely want to see more of the Justice Society. Like, I'd love to see just their own solo film, right? More Dr. Fate, more Hawkman. Hawkman, apparently, Hawkman. Oh, let me say Hawkman.
Yeah.
You definitely said Hawkman.
I didn't know if you were talking about Hawkman or
Hawkman. Thank you. Yeah, I thought it was cool, man. I had fun with it. I'm gonna try to catch it in theaters once more before it's because the theatrical window is so short now. I feel like that if you don't, it's these films are taken out at theaters like 6 weeks later, man. It's just crazy, Whereas like years ago, you could hop in 3 months later and it's still playing. So, but now direct to video and digital streaming and all that stuff. But yeah,
you're running a box office steam pretty quick. You got Black Panther coming up here, and then you got a whole slew of stuff coming up in December.
It's Black Panther this week, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that came up real quick. I don't think I'm gonna. I haven't bought my tickets yet. I doubt it. I'll be able to get for opening week.
Yeah, you'll be fine. There'll be plenty of theaters.
There's plenty of tickets.
Especially in the 6, man. You'll be fine.
I'm very specific. I got like 1 or 2 theaters I go to in the city. It's got to be IMAX, and I got to have it like center. Like I'm like so anal about that. So
yeah, just go on Monday.
Maybe I'll try to do that. Are you guys going opening weekend? You guys got your tickets?
I don't have my tickets, but I'll go this weekend.
Yeah,
it's a extra long weekend here. So,
okay, what do you guys got going on in Alberta?
We get
Remembrance Day for the whole country.
Yeah, the whole country. You get that off.
He doesn't remember.
It's a federal thing.
It is a federal thing.
Although our politicians out here like to think that Alberta is its own country, it's definitely not.
Okay. Hey, you get the whispers of separatists every once in a while coming out of Alberta, man. It's crazy.
That's a different podcast.
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing. Oh, okay. So you guys are planning to watch Black Panther opening weekend?
Oh yeah. I get there at some point. I used to be an opening night guy.
Probably. Let's be real.
Was that hell?
I think I know what happens.
You think you know what happens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have an idea.
Yeah. Okay. I'm super curious. I know there's a lot of discourse online right now about the whole recast T'Challa and is that the right move or not. I'm not even gonna get into. This looks like a great. The trailers have got me sold. I'm excited to see Namor.
Oh, you know what? I keep forgetting he's even in the movie because of the narrative that's going around. So I take that back. I'll watch it on Disney Plus when it goes there, but I don't have any interest.
It is. You get to watch
like
it
you
January.
said, I don't have no interest in paying to see it. I'll see it if I happen to see it.
You're talking about Wakanda now? Black Panther? You're gonna wait till it releases on the really? So that's like
I don't have any interest in it outside of Namor.
Wow.
They might even drop it like the last week because they're usually doing 45 days, right? So like, you might even get it the week before or just after Christmas. Yeah, to be honest with you, so it's not like you have to wait that long. Yeah, like if they're trying to drive eyes before the end of the year.
I don't have any interest in it. And to be honest, I only saw the first one because I like Michael B. Jordan. So I don't have any.
I was gonna use that money to buy 2 tickets for Creed 3.
Oh, and
You'll have some
yes,
shirtless
I do
Michael
wanna
B
see
for
them hit each
sure.
other.
Yeah.
And you can get your shirtless Kang the Conqueror in there as well.
Yeah, I saw that, man.
I will pay to see them sweaty fighting.
She's like IMAX all the way, baby.
IMAX.
Ultra HD.
She's gonna go to that 4DX.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I was about to say
the water,
the sweat from them
sprays.
fighting.
Yeah.
They have the smells too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. The musk.
Yeah.
Masking in the ambience. She's like, I want the full
The
musty
full-
experience.
They throw the rags at you.
I feel like I'm on the front row of this boxing match.
Oh my god! I'm excited. I can't wait. I'm gonna try to go opening weekend for Wakanda Forever, just because in part spoilers. I know everything's gonna be like spoiled, like Friday night, if not, So
Oh, you can't even. And like the press screening is when it gets
it's
spoiled.
crazy, man. It's
It's
crazy.
already
man.
spoiled. I've seen them do interviews where they're talking about the characters, and no, I'm not gonna say anything, but I've seen like full on interviews, and I'm like, you just said the plot of the movie.
That's wild.
And there's no, and you know how they frame it. It's like, oh, it's not spoilery. We're giving due to the actors while they're here, and it's like, no, you just spoiled it. You spoiled it.
I don't. It's very strange, even like what the studios are releasing and the actors. Like, what are your guys' thoughts on Mr. The Rock spoiling Buddy's big cameo and re-entry into the?
Oh yeah, that was another thing. I was like, this. I see what he was trying to do, and I would be excited too. But I when I tell you, I saw the end credits 3 days before the movie even came out on Twitter. And I said, "Oh, that's cool." And I'm like, "I'll wait. I can wait to see it."
I don't think that he spoiled it explicitly. I think that like it had gone that way already, and like, what do you do, right? Like, there's an interview he did where he's basically like begging people to stop, like just be patient for a couple more days, because like this like Cavill Superman thing, like the momentum it had built up online and people like really getting upset about certain things, and he was just like, just give it a break. Like we have a plan. Like he's had a plan forever, right? And it took longer, I think, to come together than he wanted it to, but it eventually did. And like he almost looks deflated in this interview that I saw. He's just like, just be patient. Like, I'm tired of hearing about this.
That narrative overtook the movie. Nobody's talking about Black Adam anymore. Yeah. It's the potential of Superman now.
Yeah. And like, I think he wants that attention from having that character involved in his IP and all that. But like, there's like, that was, we talked about this before. It's like, that's exactly it, is that the movie is about Black Adam and the cast around that, not about that 8-second scene. Like that's the future, that's the tease. But like the narrative became all about that. Is it there? Is it not? Who's, you know what I mean? Like, it's enjoy the movie in front of you. Like that end credit scene is like they've always been. They're meant to be something bigger, but enjoy the movie that was put in front of you first.
Well, that's the BS new way that they've trained everybody to watch movies. So that's just the way it goes, unfortunately. So
I know anytime one of them drop, the first thing I do before I can get spoiled is seek out the spoiler.
So you can just experience it firsthand.
Yeah, and so I'm surprised by the spoiler myself, and then I'm like, oh well, I'll watch the movie whenever I get a chance to. But at least I know what everybody's talking about, because you're right. Like like the teasers are more exciting than the movies buzz in terms of buzziness. So
yeah, well, look at like all the reviews for Black Panther. It's all wait till you see the end credits scene. It's like, how about I wait till I see the actual movie first?
That's crazy. It's true, man.
Ooh, like Venom. The way I tell you, I've never seen those movies, but I've seen all of the end credit scenes. My sons, they love the Venom movies. But I, even through osmosis, no thank you, I'll be in the other room. But the end credits, I've seen them before the movie even came out.
Oh yeah, it's just the way, right? Commercial for the next thing.
It's a weird phenomena right now. But I mean, so you guys, what did you think? Would you have rather, you upset that it was spoiled, or you're okay with it? Did it make a difference to you? or you just kind of you went for the film itself, like kind of what you're saying, or
Yeah, I
went for the
was. Yeah, I was hyped for the movie. Like,
Mhm.
the trailers were awesome, and I like the energy that the Rock was bringing just to the space. So that was cool, and he like seemed genuinely passionate about the movie. So that was enough for me, and I've been a big fan of his for a very long time. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
that was cool. And like, yeah, the post credit thing, it was spoiled for me. Like, I actively was avoiding spoilers,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
I just tripped across it. Some loser who got to go see it on, like, I think it was the red carpet premiere in Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah, she detailed it all, and it just like it catches your eye, and you're
Brutal,
done.
man.
You're game over. So
Yeah,
I just started
that's
watching Young Rock too, and I think his son or his younger self plays his son in Black Adam.
yes, yeah.
Mm.
okay.
Young Rock is pretty good actually.
Yeah, I
I've
enjoyed
been
it too.
avoiding it, but it's really cute. I like it.
Yeah, it's
And
a
I
fun
grew
show.
up with The Rock. I was like, as soon as I started, I was like, is he gonna tell all the stories he's told in his book? Because I remember some of those stories. Young Rock was a man at 12.
Yeah.
So but yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's cute.
Okay. Thank you for that little sidebar there, man.
You want to go on a real sidebar?
No,
Lopez versus Lopez, man. Come on. I know she's your daughter and nepotism, but you got to get a real actress.
what are you talking about?
That new George Lopez show.
Oh, I'm not. Yeah. You're really going. You're going left here right now. You just.
Yeah.
Oh, you're so random. You're so.
I thought
We
this
don't get
was
Discovery Channel up here.
Oh, it's
man.
on. I don't even know what channel. Oh, it's on Peacock. So NBC.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Check that out.
Sorry.
All right. Thank you, man.
welcome.
You get yourself a copy, folks. I think it's that time to wrap this one up, man. Again, thanks to everybody in the live chats hanging out with us, man. Make it a whole bunch of fun. If you came in late, catch the beginning of the replay, man. We got into some nerdy stuff. You gentlemen are welcome back here anytime. I hope this is the first of many crossovers with the Nerd Room podcast, man. Thank you guys for coming through.
Hey, man.
Thank
Our
you.
pleasure. Thanks for having us, and thanks for orchestrating everything. You put a ton of
Yeah.
work into making this crossover happen, man. From
Yeah.
the graphics to the promo to everything, there was Surge, labor of love, man.
Oh
It's
man,
awesome.
it's my pleasure, man. I've been wanting to do this with you guys for a minute. Like I said, real talk, man. You guys are welcome back anytime, man. You know?
Awesome. Much
All right.
appreciated.
All right, gentlemen, go check out the Nerd Room. Hit them up with a subscribe. Hit them up with the follows on the socials. We're out. Al, did you want to say anything?
No.
More? Yeah, I know. You
Well,
went left.
actually.
Okay, bye now. We're out, folks. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Next, I forgot that. Then we
Sergio,
can
they
actually
can hear
talk
us
more.
still.
I know.
Oh, I was about to say, because on the
No.
old outro.
I know. That's what I was
yeah,
just about to say.
You're about to get caught up.
And we're gonna end the show with the random
You
talk.
said Wakanda, not never. not Wakanda forever.
Okay, ma'am. Say bye-bye now, please.
Oh, no.
Oh my gosh. We're out of here, folks.